Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. Today we're looking at another beer that I picked up from Bier Deluxe. Thanks to Graham over at Hapless Ginger Brew. And yeah, today we're going over to America, to a brewery that I've had limited experience with, but the experience I've had with them has been very solid. And that is of course the Firestone Walker Brewery. This is the Union Jack, which is a West Coast style IPA, clocking in at 7.5% in a lovely 355ml bottle. This was imported to Germany by Brewing, who handle a lot of breweries from around the world, and they brew their own stuff as well. So in terms of the malts and hops, we've got pale ale malts, Munich malts and caramel malts. And the hops are Magnum, Cascade, Centennial, Amarillo, Citra, Chinook and Simcoe. So yeah, quite a list of hops right there. And best before date is 16th of the 8th 2017, so it should be okay. Not too sure when exactly this was bottled on. 8th of the... no, the 16th of the 8th 2016 at 9:35. I believe that is the production date and time. So it should be okay. So I believe that this is sort of like a tribute, but like a unique twist on the IPA, obviously, which of course Union Jack, you know, British invention pretty much. Yeah, and it's also a tribute to the guy who found Firestone Walker, who I believe is a British expat, or was, I'm not too sure. You can find a lot more concise information on their website about this beer. It either tells you at what stages the hops were put in. I probably should have had a little piece of paper underneath the camera like I sometimes do, so I can go into a little bit more detail. But to be honest, I'm really in the mood for a good old-fashioned IPA with hopefully something of a unique twist. Nice looking label as always, and there is the Union Jack crown, so definitely keeping those. So let's get this opened. Like I said, I picked this up from Bier Deluxe, and I found that a few of the beers that I picked up from Bier Deluxe are now available in the local supermarket in their little craft beer section. So yeah, it's great to see the growth of that, especially in a small city like Regensburg, which is primarily a university city. Pour the beer and see what we get. And yeah, look at that cascading carbonation as that was pouring in. So beer poured, you can smell it from here already. A lovely orangey colour, slightly amber, almost rust-like as well. If you were to show me that without me smelling it, I'd almost think it's sort of like a lager or a Helles beer. But yeah, very gentle carbonation, going up to about 1 finger's worth of white foamy head. But yeah, it looks really nice so far, nice level of clarity to it. So let's see what we get on the aroma. Oh yeah, you get those lovely hops. You of course get that grapefruit aroma, a little bit of lemon, a gentle lime character as well, watermelon, mango, those sorts of flavours. You're definitely getting is it the Citra hop? The Citra and the Cascade are the dominant hops for me personally. It's a bouquet, but it's not in your face. It's not a hop bomb, but it's got a lovely balance to it. It's one of those beers that you could just sit there and smell all day. It smells wonderful. Let's tuck in. Cheers. That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. Not sure what the IBU count on this one is, but it's definitely got a presence. I'd say probably in the between the 50 and 70, 75 IBUs maybe. lovely fruity flavours in there. It's not a fruit bowl by any stretch, but you get these lovely fruit juices, nice and balanced with that malt character. This slightly vibrant pale malt characteristic in there. It's not the heaviest of bodies, but it's not a light body. At 7.5%, you do get the alcohol, but more on the back end. It's warming you up, but it's nice. Maybe a little too present for my tastes, but then again, yeah, it's a 7.5% beer. But then you could say, you know, people can mask the alcohol in like a 16% beer really, really well. And yeah, it's one of those weird things where is it actually a really good job that the alcohol's masked on some of these higher ABV beers? Or is it good that you feel it? So it demands you take your time and enjoy the beer. And I think there's like a fine line. This to me, just a little bit too sharp in terms of that alcohol content, but nothing that's going to detract too much from the beer. Yeah, just lovely vibrancy, lovely resinous characters in there as well. But aside from the alcohol on the back end, it's a really nice and balanced beer. And with that alcohol there, it is there, but you could get carried away with this. Just because of those lovely tropical fruit notes in there. When you get that foam in there mixing with the beer, it becomes a little bit more delicate and even more balanced. This is lovely. It really, really is. It's one of those beers that just, I don't know, it like oozes American craft beer, if that makes sense. Like, this is the sort of beer that you yearn to try if you were to visit the States on a little bit of a craft beer holiday, or if you just happen to go to a few bars while you're in holiday in the States. Relatively easy to get hold of, so it's not a white whale or anything like that. Price-wise, really nicely priced, especially the bottle I picked up from Bier Deluxe. It's well worth the money. And yeah, just that lovely quality of brewing in there. Slight sour jelly sweet flavour in there as well, like a tingly thing. It's just a lovely beer. And it's only marred slightly, for me personally, by that alcohol burn on the back end. But even that's a very, very slight nitpick. It's not a perfect beer for me, but in terms of a rating, I think if you were to give this anything lower than a 9 out of 10, you'd be doing the beer a severe injustice. And yeah, I think that's a lovely, lovely bottle of beer. So if you ever get the chance to try it, definitely give it a go. I'm sure most of you guys have tried this already, especially anyone from the States watching this video. As always, if any of my friends here on BeerTube have reviewed this beer, their reviews will be included in the description box down below. Check out Firestone Walker if you haven't done so already. A brewery that I will, you know, whenever I get the opportunity to try one of their beers, it's one of those things where I will try as many of their beers as I can. If you tried this, let me know your thoughts, opinions. Check out my IPA playlist down below, some crackers in there for sure. Check out Bier Deluxe, of course. Check out Graham over at Hapless Ginger Brew, and yeah, follow me on all those usual social media outlets, and of course I hope you'll join me for the next beer review. So until the next time, see you later. Cheers.